Howdy, and welcome back to the W2H Podcast, the podcast that connects public land hunting enthusiasts. This is episode 3, Choosing a Spot. It is Thursday, February 27th, 2014. And I just want to say, hey, welcome back. Sorry we were gone for so long. Life gets in the way sometimes, but hunting's very important, so here we are. What I want to go ahead and start out with right away is some of the changes that the DNR has made to the 2014 hunting regulations. And there's only 3 points that I want to touch on within that new regulation format, which is the automated deer registration stations, or the automated deer registration, doing away with the stations. This change will not be in effect until 2015, according to the dnr.wi.gov website. It says that all hunters will choose from a variety of methods to register their deer that may include telephone, internet, and in-person registration. I just want to bring this outside of the Facebook page and hear what people have to say about it. I think it's a horse apiece, personally. I think there might be people now that aren't following regulations, aren't going to the registration stations, maybe because it's too far. Maybe the round trip's an hour, half hour each way might prevent someone from wanting to take it in. However, if they're not doing it now, I don't know that calling it in would make it any different, because if they're already not following regulations, then who's to say that, just because it's more convenient, they're going to do it anyways. Hopefully that would be the case. I think this change is being made in an effort to try to make things better, more easy. And I know there's other states that do this, and there's been success around it. So hopefully it will help out. Who knows, really? And there's a lot of opinions about that. We'll get to that later at the end of the show. The other thing I wanted to call out was 2 more things. The licenses for the antlerless tags. The free statewide antlerless permit will no longer be issued with archery hunting licenses. Again, according to the dnr.wi.gov website, they have broken up the structure of the deer units as well. So we have the central and southern farmland zones, the northern and central forest zones, also, and then there's a midsection in here somewhere too. But I'm just scrolling through the document here, and the other thing, I wonder what your opinions will be, and please let us know, through the Facebook page, email. We'll list contact information at the end of the show. But the bonus buck tag opportunities. It says that the bonus buck opportunities will be offered in the southern farmland zone units only. Only 1 bonus buck tag may be taken per hunter. No more than 3 bucks in total may be tagged by any one hunter per year. So that, in conjunction with the no more free antlerless tag, it seems like a step in the right direction. Although with this harsh winter that we've been in and are still having, you almost wonder how many deer are going to be left up north anyways, regardless. But nonetheless, want to get to some of the other topics here in the show. We do have a guest today. As in every show, there will always be a guest if I can find one. And this week's guest, I always try to find someone that's going to bring a relevant conversational tone to public land hunting, because this is a community about public land hunting, and we are enthusiasts of that particular sport and hunting on that land. So we're going to bring on Jason Jahnke of Wisconsin Bone, and we're going to go over what he does, how he hunts public land, how he chooses his spot, and he brings a little bit more to the table. He's not just hunting. So we'll jump right into that interview right now. All right, we're going to welcome to the show our guest of the week. We have Jason. Is it Jahnke, Jason? Am I getting that right?
Yep, correct.
Perfect. Well, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for being a part of the Where to Hunt community and all your support. And I wanted to bring you on because you're doing some exciting stuff with it's Wisconsin Bone, correct?
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So let me ask you, do you hunt, I always have to ask this right out the gate, do you hunt private land or public land?
Well, I grew up hunting actually a lot of public around southeast Wisconsin, the northern kettle moraine unit.
Okay.
Based out of Kewaskum area, that's where I lived for most of my life. Now I live just outside of it now, but I still dabble in quite a bit of public land. But I have a couple private spots too that I hold on to. I mean, I know that in the northern kettle moraine, the pressure is high, and if you don't have, all the time in the world to get out there and, find a good spot, it gets tough, but it's a great challenge. So
Yeah, definitely, and it's good that you say you like to hold on to those private spots. I think,
Especially, yeah, I like the concept too that the DNR is done with, the MFL, the open land.
Yep.
It used to be a real challenge actually to track down that stuff, and I used to spend hours, printing out maps and calling foresters and getting boundary lines and all that. And, you'd pull into a spot and there wouldn't be anyone in there. And then I remember one day actually, I think it was, the start of the 2012 season. I had pulled into one of my spots that was actually phenomenal for deer hunting, and I had never seen anyone in there before. I came down the road and there was 4 trucks there. So I thought it's kind of goofy, so I went to another spot down the road and there were some more trucks. So I ended up, looking on the DNR website, for some stuff, and it turns out that they had produced that open map, which is pretty cool. So now it makes it a lot easier for everyone to, locate NFL land compared to like open forest land.
Yeah, I guess that's a curse and a blessing all at the same time, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's a little bit of a dabble.
It's nice to be able to find the land, but I guess at that rate, so it's nice for everyone, and then it makes it even more work than what you're doing before at some level because you got to dig deeper now.
Yep.
But with what is it that you do with Wisconsin Bone?
Basically, Wisconsin Bone it's kind of like a show, if you will. I'm gearing it more towards like a athlete profile kind of thing, though. This year, what I want to do is I have a select couple guys that I've been working along with like last year, and I'm bringing on like a new guy. And I want to kind of film a couple short films every year geared towards like what their love for the outdoor is. And, one guy's maybe fishing, one guy's maybe turkey hunting, another deer. Or if they have any exciting trips. Like I know the one guy that I'll be filming, he pulled a bear tag this season, so we'll be going up and filming some of that.
That could be some really exciting footage.
Yeah, I've never filmed a bear hunt. We have property up north, like 70 acres, and we built a bear site on it. And the last 3 years, my dad's buddies have pulled tags, and we've gone 3 for 3 off of that property. So I know that, it's a good success rate up north.
How much time do you spend filming, would you say, when you're out in the woods? I mean, how long are you leaving the camera run for?
That's the thing. Like, when I first started filming, a lot of people think like, oh, it'll be easy. It's not, though, because, you're an outdoorsman and you want to do what you love, and you don't really get all the important things on film. Well, I kind of shifted my gears and focused on just solely filming so I could get the important stuff and produce the shots needed to compose a video. So when out in the stand, I mean, the main thing is just to keep that camera running, because you never know when something exciting is going to happen. So, I mean, you bring extra batteries. So I'd say when I'm out in the woods, it's almost running 100% of the time.
That's good. That's what I've read about it, the little bit that I know, which isn't much.
I mean, it's so hard to get that motivation or drive into everyone you work with too, because we're all outdoorsmen. We love getting in the action, but then all of a sudden you try and you compose a video and you can't because you don't got the important vital shots, and everyone's kind of like, "Well, what did we do wrong?" This and that, and it's kind of hard to gear someone to do that, So this year I'll be giving up probably a lot of my spring and early hunting anyways, towards deer hunting to film and get the important stuff done with my staff members that I have this season.
That's a tough gig then, because you're sacrificing, like you said, what you love to do. Obviously, you love to do, the film too. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing it. So
yeah,
that kind of comes.
I'm sure I'll get plenty of time too. I mean, once this new project, once we kick it off. I'm not sure if we're going to run it once or twice a month, but
yeah. Do you want to mention that? That's actually the topic of discussion is just choosing a spot in general, and it sounds like you got quite the idea there for choosing a spot when you are going to be filming and hunting. Do you want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Well, this year we're going to try and launch a new series. I'm not sure how many episodes yet or whatnot. It's called The Chosen Ground. So what's going to happen, I mean, this is just the basic layout here. There's going to be more details down the road, but it's kind of going to be like a virtual reality type show. It's going to get viewers and fans involved. So what's going to happen is me and my partner, we're gonna pick out a piece of, aerial footage of some kind of public property that we've never hunted, but we know, there's deer around, we've heard about it, and so we're gonna cut out a piece of aerial map and we're gonna plot down with our own eyes. We're gonna kind of, study it, I guess you would say, and pick out 4 spots on that map, which look like a prime location where we could harvest a deer. And so we're going to plot those on the map. And then we're also going to have on there the wind direction of the hunt, of the day's hunt, the wind direction, the temperature, and, the weather, just in general.
Okay.
And so then that'll be like on like a Saturday is when we'll probably do this because we'll both have the time. But on the Friday before, we'll actually launch this picture. And we'll let our fans and viewers on our page and our friends' pages, have all day to vote on which location we hunt. So they can, stack all of Mother Nature against us for what the weather's called for the following day, or they could, help us,
That's interesting. I wonder what the reaction is going to be. I wonder if people are going to be more apt to put you in a spot that's going to be beneficial or one that's going to try to punish you. That could be one way or the other.
And so what we're going to do then is, we're going to go and I don't know whether it be an all-day sit or if we do a 2-day sit on it or evening or morning. That's undecided yet, but no matter the weather, whether it's downpouring, snowing, or freezing, we're gonna try and get out there and film it to the best of our ability and bring back, a documentary of it throughout the hunting season and hopefully unveil a good web series and a DVD for sports shows next season.
That's exciting. That's incredibly exciting. I think it's a really good original idea that, it gets your audience involved.
It was one of those late night ideas, I was sitting there and I'm like, a good buddy of mine actually, who actually runs another show, he's like, just get out there and think about it and brand yourself, So I was just pondering. I was actually editing one night. It was probably like 2:30 in the morning. I got home from work. The girlfriend was in bed. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, what do I do? I'm just editing away, and all of a sudden it just clicked. It just popped to me, and so I quick got on Photoshop and drew up just a simple picture or whatnot, and the idea and thoughts started ringing through. So, I mean, we're probably going to, fine tune it quite a bit yet and add some more details to it to make it a little bit more exciting, but there'll be plenty of small giveaways too, through our partners, because when we enter into the field for the spot that has been selected, we're just going to use our partners' gear only, so whatever they provide us with.
Wow. I mean, I don't know, I think that's really exciting. It's one of those things where you said late night ideas. I'm prone to that myself, working second shift, so I hear what you're talking about. You get done with work, you can't fall asleep, you got to do something.
Yeah, yep.
That's a great plan. So when you guys get out there, you're going to use, how many different partners do you have that's going to be supplying your gear? Are you talking about the tree stand and stuff, or?
Yeah, we have a bunch of partners that are going to help out with this series. We have Lone Wolf, Dead Downwind. I mean, you can find this on our Facebook page, if you want to explain that to them. But our website will be up soon too. We'll have apparel and all that.
Fantastic. Yeah, once you get the momentum going, once you get your first season done, it seems like this could really compound and build and get a lot of recognition and participation, because that's just it. People like to be involved as much as possible.
Yeah.
And you got to find new ways to connect with your audience. I think that's a fantastic way to do it.
Yeah, it'll be a make or break, but I'm hoping it ends out on the positive end. Either way, it isn't going to stop me from doing what I love. I still love to film, and I'll still produce, short films, and I got a lot of people backing me up and thinking that I'm doing a good job. So I feel my creativity level is there. I just have to develop the editing on different programs a little bit better here, but it's all a learning curve,
Yeah, no, and practice doesn't make perfect, but it's a good bullseye to strive for. As long as you keep aiming for it, you're going to get better no matter what. That's good stuff. So you might actually end up learning quite a bit, like you said, if you have the audience putting you in different spots.
Oh, I tell you what, too. I mean, probably do a couple like off series episodes of, like behind the scenes maybe. And I know already that I'm going to learn a lot more about public land hunting than what I already know of doing this. I mean, there's going to be times where I could go into this spot and there could be someone sitting. There could be times when I may have to reroute and walk the extra mile just to hike in there without being, scented. Or there's going to be a lot. So I just hope to document it all and share it with everyone and get their views and thoughts on it. And
yeah, and that's all part of it too. And that's kind of I don't know. That's why I like public hunting is. You don't know what you're going to get, and it's limitless practically. I mean, there's so much land in this state, at least Wisconsin.
Oh, yep, yeah, I mean, tons of public opportunities. I mean, you go up north, and there's miles and miles of forest, county land.
It's vast up there. Plus, you got a lot of predation up north, too. I mean, you could...
Yeah.
Get some real good stuff on film if people are. I mean, depending on where you're looking to go and where these guys and gals are picking to have you go and sit in a certain spot.
That's the thing too. Like, we could be hunting one of our spots up north, on like my farm or my buddies, and all of a sudden just be like, hey, let's do a chosen ground series this weekend, and boom, then we'll find a piece of public land around there and post it. So I mean, we could be all over the state hunting new public land we've never touched.
Yeah, that's really exciting. If you guys end up down in southeastern Wisconsin, I'll help you pick.
All right, that sounds good.
Spots. You might have to get in with a canoe or something. I know.
There you go.
That's the only way you can access it. Unfortunately, a canoe that I was using got ran over, so I couldn't get to the spot last season, which was I was pretty disappointing because I just look for adventure. I mean, if something's going to go wrong, that means it's going to be more fun, and I love that kind of stuff. So I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. Yeah,
we'll get out there an extra 5 hours early and build a raft and float. I mean, we'll figure something out.
Then you got like this engineering aspect to it. Well, what tools and materials should we use to build our hunt today? Today it will be a raft out of logs. That'd be great. You never know. There's some crazy stuff that goes on. I think my dad was telling me a story one year where they thought they'd get real clever and tie a deer to a stick, And then, sure enough, last season, some fans from the Where to Hunt posted a picture of doing just that through a swamp. And I was like, holy crap, I shared it with my dad immediately. I'm like, this is what you did back in your day, you crazy old guy, So there's still people out there getting in there and getting it done. It's awesome. I love the sport. I love hunting. I love the camaraderie, the passion, the adventures, the story. I mean, it's a great thing what you're doing to get that stuff on film, because in the off season, like now, when you start to go crazy, that's what I'm going to be watching, to stay excited.
Yeah, most definitely. And we're going to try and bring you some of the most raw and, I guess you would say viewer camaraderie footage, like, so that they can, view it and be like, oh man, this is like the kind of stuff that I do.
Yeah, on the elements, man.
It's definitely going to be quite interesting. I don't know how I'm really geared towards it quite yet, but when the time comes, I hope I'm ready.
It's exciting. It's really exciting. Now, outside of like people actually choosing your spot for you, when you're filming, how are you choosing your spot differently than you normally would when you're just out by yourself? are you setting up another stand next to the tree or another one higher up? So your spot must become a little bit more limited, I would think.
I guess it all depends. I mean, with the equipment that we have, like with our stands, I mean, there may be a time when we go into a spot and there's no trees there and we didn't know that, but it may have looked like it. And, then we'll, let the stand sit and hunt from the ground. But normally when I hunt public land, I have my couple spots that I like to go to. Mm-hmm. But for this show purpose, I'm going to exclude those. I kind of want to, in a way, it's kind of also, helping me venture out and showing people other locations too, that may be out of the ordinary or, overlooked, I guess.
Yeah, kind of get out of your comfort zone. And I think
it's kind of, it'll help people get a horizon of like what public land might be like around the state,
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
what they got to gear themselves for, I guess.
Well, I think with that, as far as, what we look to stand for is promoting the enthusiasm around public hunting. And I personally have a vendetta against the fact that it has such a bad name in the state. So I personally want to do everything I can to untarnish that name because it does mean so much to me to be able to have that access. And I will back you guys 110% and help promote everything you're doing on Where to Hunt, just because that's what you're doing. I mean, if you're getting in there showing people, hey, look, you can get away from other hunters, you can find big deer, you can have a good time, and there's a lot of beauty there too, just in general. So when you're
exactly. I mean, for them people that just have private land and that's all they know, I mean, I challenge them or, would give them all the credit in the world as a sportsman just to go out there once and see what it's like in the life of a person that only knows public land. I mean, there's guys out there that are successful every year. There's guys out there on public land that won't ever see a shooter buck, Yep. I guess it's all about how you grow and make the best of it and get the knowledge that you need to learn when you're out there. It's about adapting. Them deer live out there 365 days a year in rain and snow, and we're at home on the couch watching hunting.
Yes, thanks to you guys. Hopefully soon. That's awesome.
I mean, I have a couple buddies. One buddy that hunts public land, and he's actually 4 for 4 on a wall hanger deer.
Really? That's
from public land with the bow. I mean, some guys just develop a knack for it, but.
Well, that's good. I got family members like that. I got a cousin that every stinking year, bow and gun, more often than not, he is taking down monsters on public. He don't even tell me where he goes. I'm like, that's fine. You don't want to tell me. I'll probably promote it or something. No, I wouldn't do that. But I fully support what you guys are doing. I think you're going to help give public hunting land a great name, and I think you're going to have a great product, and you already have a strong fan base. And like we talked about before the show, just having that passion carry the day is that's the key.
Yep.
But
yeah.
Go ahead.
I hope it turns out, and thanks a lot for supporting us and what we're going to try and do here for everyone, and I hope they like it.
Yeah, I think they will, and once it gets to that time, let us know. We'll make sure that we share as well. Obviously, we'll spread the word on here too, but we'll go ahead and end that segment for today. It's been a pleasure having you on, and why don't you quick tell us where the fans can find you as far as your website page and all that.
Our website will be up, like I said, in a couple weeks. www.wisconsinbone.com. You can find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/WisconsinBone, or just search Wisconsin Bone. It should pop up.
Fantastic.
I'd like to also, thank all of our partners that are, out there. You'll see them on our page. Go out and check out their products. We only use products we believe in, and they, all the companies that we support and support us, they make a healthy product. So we'd like to also thank, Where to Hunt Wisconsin here and Eric for having us on the show. We hope to be doing a lot more with them in the future. So
fantastic. It's been a pleasure having you on. Thanks for taking time out of your day. And it's not the hunting season, so I wouldn't say taking time out of the woods like I normally do, but it's been a pleasure having you, man. And I don't know, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm sure you got to get to work soonish. It's the second shift like yourself, so we'll
all right, thanks for having us.
No problem, bud. You have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Just want to take a second to say thank you again for Jason for being on the show, taking time out of your day and your busy schedule. Really appreciate that. And like what you had to say about the overall topic of public land hunting, the challenge to private land hunters. Great challenge, man. I hope someone might step up to that plate and give it a shot. But I'm really excited for your new endeavor, and I think it's going to be a good thing. I think it's going to be exciting. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, and hopefully the audience feels the same way. What I want to get into now is our buck calls, or words from fans.
Big buck grunts.
And I'm just going to swing back around and talk about the call-in versus stopping at a registration station. I did share a post about this on February 24th, and got a little bit of a response here. And I'll go ahead and quote some of the users or the fans. I'm not going to say their names, but I'll quote the remarks that they had just to give you a feel at how controversial this might end up being. There's a lot of different opinions out there, and we have one of each, it seems. So we have, let's see, let me just kind of grab a couple. Quote, "What's more convenient, calling in a kill or driving for miles to register? This will save time, money, and create more accurate numbers, plain and simple," end quote. So they seem to think that that's going to be more convenient, that driving is going to be something that's going to thwart people from registering their deer. Another one here, quote, "This is a good change. When you live way up north, this will help save time and money. Depending where you shoot a deer, you could have to drive a long way. This is a convenient thing. There will still be some in-person stations," end quote. I'm going to keep burning through a couple more here if you guys want to hear about them. We have another one, quote, "Let's be honest now, guys. Most people don't like change, especially when it comes to Wisconsin and our traditions of deer hunting. Fact is, the government will not do what they want, regardless of how many voices contest. Will do what they want. Don't fool yourselves. The bars and establishments that use the register will be just fine. This is Wisconsin, and we all need our beer and chili for lunch, along with the fabricated hunting stories from the seasons past. In time, we will all forget about it, how it, quote unquote, used to be," end quote. And again, this isn't going to go into effect until 2015. So I'm sure it'll give us plenty of time to talk about it and get our voices heard. I love to see the interactions and the people participating in the conversation. Keep it up. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for being a part of Where to Hunt Wisconsin, and thanks for helping to restore the public land, hunting community in the state. I know it's got a bad name and a bad rap. Like it's been said, a few bad eggs can ruin the whole bunch. I think public hunting in the state is fantastic, personally. Depending on your definition of success, that is. But we're going to go ahead and end out the show on that note. What I want to do then is just come back and say, if you want to get a hold of us at Where to Hunt, you can always check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/where2huntwisconsin. We have where2huntwi@gmail.com, and that's with a number 2 in the middle, where2huntwi@gmail.com. So feel free to message and get in contact with us that way if you need. And again, thanks to Jason. Lots changing in 2014. So we'll have more to talk about going forward. Have a great day, and go hunt public land.